आई एम, हाँ जी, विद्यावती।
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस
हरे कृष्णा।
जैसे सेवाएं हमारे आजकल सोशल
हाँ,
मीडिया has made things so easier and faster.
करेक्ट,
We tend to communicate through WhatsApp or various services.
या,
और सोशल मीडिया पे अब प्रचार भी बढ़ रहा है, तो वी हैव इंस्टाग्राम पेज, वी हैव यूट्यूब
जी,
पेज, मैनेज।
या,
सो एंड अगर हमें मैनेज करना है, हमें कुछ पोस्ट करना है, तो फिर ऐसा तो नहीं कि हम बिल्कुल अनअवेयर रहे, तो वी नीड टू सी एंड क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है, किसमें क्या करंट अफेयर्स क्या है या कुछ भी है। तो सेवाओं के बहाने से ही कभी कभार इतना एक्सपोजर हो जाता है
जी,
कि देन अगेन देयर इज अ फेयर चांस कि हम डिस्ट्रैक्ट भी हो जाते हैं,
बिल्कुल,
क्योंकि
बिल्कुल,
जरूरत से ज्यादा फिर यूज भी हो जाता है, टाइम
हाँ,
वेस्ट भी हो जाता है। या फिर किसी का प्रोफेशन ऐसा हो सकता है इनको सोशल मीडिया से कनेक्ट, मार्केटिंग में कोई है, तो दे आर कॉन्स्टेंटली इन सोशल मीडिया
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल,
एनवायरमेंट। आई थिंक आजकल हर एक व्यक्ति, चाहे वो टीचर हो चाहे डॉक्टर हो, एवरीबडी हैज देयर ओन पेजेस ऑन सोशल मीडिया।
या,
उसको एक्टिव रखना है, उसमें अपना एडवर्टाइजमेंट करना है, ये सब करते करते भी आप उसको entangled कि
या,
उससे अब एक, जैसे आपने कहा, कॉबवेब की तरह वी आर एक काइंड ऑफ स्टफ।
बिल्कुल।
सो मतलब किस तरीके से मतलब हम उसको इस्तेमाल भी करें, बट अपनी चेतना को मैनेज भी करें कि हम उसमें बाउंड्री लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकें।
या, आई थिंक दैट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन कि हम चाहते हैं, मतलब इट इज ऑल्सो इनएविटेबल, मतलब इसी दिशा में सब लोग जा रहे हैं। तो अगर आप बोलें कि मैं तो सोशल मीडिया से बिल्कुल दूर रहूंगी, तो हमारा सेवा नहीं कर पाएंगे ठीक से। तो जो हमारा प्रिंसिपल है युक्त वैराग्य, कि जो चीज़ अच्छी चीज़ है वो हम अपना सकते हैं, पर बहुत सतर्क रहना है, क्योंकि दिस इज अ डबल एज स्वॉर्ड, कि आप उसका अच्छा भी कर सकते हो, पर बहुत जल्दी स्लिपरी स्लोप कि आप उसमें फंसते चले जाओगे। तो वो हमें खुद नियंत्रण रखना है और खुद देखना है कि मैं कितना इसमें आगे बढ़ना चाहती हूँ। और सब किसी के पास ये टैलेंट भी नहीं है। आप सोचे कि हाँ हाँ मैं भी यूट्यूब का चैनल स्टार्ट करूँगी और उसमें हम बहुत प्रयास कर रहे हैं, और पर नहीं हो पा रहा, तो कोई बात नहीं, आप किसी और सेवा में लग जाओ। या अगर किसी को मैनेज करना है, जैसे हमारे टेम्पल का है, तो इट्स बेटर दैट देयर इज अ टीम, कि किसी एक पे वो प्रेशर ना आए। और आप अपनी सेवाएं बांट सकते हो कि आप इंस्टाग्राम देखो और यूट्यूब या फेसबुक देखो, अगर ग्रुप है तो आई थिंक दैट मे बी लिटिल बेटर। एक दूसरे को हम सपोर्ट भी कर सकते हैं, और थोड़ा सा होपफुली कीप अ चेक ऑल्सो, सो दैट इफ वन पर्सन वॉन्ट्स टू विदड्रॉ कि ठीक है बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, मैं इस हफ्ते नहीं करना चाहती, या एक महीना मैं ब्रेक लेना चाहती हूँ, सो दैट हेल्प्स। जो डिवाइस फास्ट होता है आजकल, डिवाइस फास्ट लोग कर रहे हैं, सो दैट्स ओके। इवन इफ योर सेवा रिक्वायर्स कि आप डिवाइस पे कुछ करें, तो हैव फॉल बैक के कोई और ले सकता है, क्योंकि ये ज़रूरी है कि हम कई बारी बिल्कुल ही दूर रहें इससे, नहीं तो हम फंसे चले जाते हैं। तो कीप इट टू अ मिनिमम, कीप इट स्ट्रिक्टली फॉर सेवा, कीप कीप इट टाइम बाउंड। मुझे लगता है अगर हम फोन उठाने से पहले सोच लें कि मैं इतना ही समय दूंगी और मैं इसी कार्य के लिए, थोड़ा बी कॉग्निजेंट, मतलब हम बहुत इजीली उठा के उसमें लग जाते हैं ना, और फिर हमें बुरा लगता है। सो दैट्स वन वे। सवाल। हाँ जी बात, आप पूछिए।
conscious way में उसको कुछ better लेना होगा। But I have noticed, I'm talking about myself, कि sometimes क्या होता है कि जैसे मेरे को कोई चीज आई है दिमाग में, and I'm converting it in a Krishna's way, कि अगर मैं ये नहीं करूंगी, मैं I should hear कीर्तन और do कीर्तन और नहीं करूँ। बट जब वो चीज हो जाती है, तो एक सेंस ऑफ वो भी आ जाता है कि ओके मैंने अभी कर लिया,
हाँ।
तो मैं हमेशा करूंगी। सेकंड टाइम होता है तो कहीं ना कहीं वो मतलब नहीं हो पाता, तो मुझे खुद को बहुत फोर्स करना पड़ता है कि नहीं, अभी करना चाहिए, करना चाहिए, मतलब एक स्टेज रहती है अचीव कर लेती हूँ, तो कई बार माइंड में आता है कि ओके आई कैन डन इट, आई कैन डू इट लाइक आई एम एक्सपर्ट वाला।
हाँ हाँ। नहीं, अब देखो, ये तो हमारा इट्स अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस। तो अच्छा है अगर आप एक दो बारी कर पा रहे हो तो इट विल गिव यू इंस्पिरेशन दैट यू आर एबल टू डू इट। पर धीरे धीरे ही हम उस स्तर पे पहुंचेंगे जहाँ द टेस्ट गोज अवे। एकदम से तो नहीं जाएगा ना। तो इसीलिए हम फिर से उसके वश में आ जाते हैं, क्योंकि कितने लाइफ टाइम से हम कुछ करना चाहते हैं, और अब इस जीवन में या एक दो जीवन पहले से हम प्रयास कर रहे हैं भगवान की शरण में आने के लिए या कोई अच्छा कार्य करने के लिए, तो समय तो लगेगा उसमें। तो उसमें निराश होने की बात नहीं है, पर जो आपने अच्छा कार्य किया या जिस समय आप अपने आप को कंट्रोल कर पाए, मे बी मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट। इट्स नॉट कि आप प्राउड हो रहे हैं, ये अच्छी बात है, आपको नोट करना चाहिए कि आई एम केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दिस, कि मेरे में ये क्षमता है कि मैं ना बोल सकूं। जहाँ सब लोग गलत कार्य कर रहे हैं, मैं अच्छा कार्य करने में का प्रयास कर रही हूँ, तो उसमें कोई बुरी बात नहीं है। और धीरे धीरे होगा। आपने पहले एक बारी किया, दो बारी नहीं हो पाया, पर तीसरी बारी, चौथी बारी। एंड आई थिंक इट्स वेरी गुड टू हैव फ्रेंड्स or a diary where you can write these things, make a note of it, share it with somebody. तो फिर और भी आपको प्रेरणा मिलेगी कि भाई आपने किसी को बताया है तो फिर और आप चाहोगे कि आप मेंटेन रखो। राइट, दैट्स हाउ हैबिट्स फॉर्म। धीरे धीरे आपकी अच्छी आदतें बनेंगी, तो उसमें निराशा की कोई बात नहीं है। माता जी।
हाँ जी। कभी कभार ऐसा होता है कि even when we know that our intention is pure, like for example हमें पता है कि हमें कोई higher taste of रसा का या spiritually elevating video या lecture नहीं देखना है, but then we end up seeing something like for example advertisement आ गई, कोई search options में video है, तो हम we end up seeing something that we don't want to see actually.
Correct.
So it's a kind of an accidental exposure.
Yes.
हो जाता है। अच्छा, पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था कि करता था, जैसे जब हम नए थे कि कोई वीडियो आगे रहती थी, ठीक है, फोन बंद कर दिया, इतना उस बात के बारे में बार-बार नहीं आती थी। और जब आप मतलब भक्ति से रिलेटेड लेक्चर्स वगैरह देखना शुरू कर देते हैं और अगर आपने कुछ नहीं देखा तो रहता है, देख लेते हैं कुछ तो देख लेते हैं, ज़्यादा लेकर मतलब ऐसे पास लेने लगे आप रिकवर करते हैं, कुछ ब्लॉग देख लो, anything that can, you know, that is not related to it.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट।
ऐसी चीजें भी होती हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल होती हैं। ये तो कहा जाता है कि जब आप भक्ति में लगते हैं ना, तो जैसे मडी वाटर होता है ना, तो उसको विचलित किया जाता है तो सब कुछ ऊपर आता है। तो कई बारी तो ऐसा लगता है कि ज्यादा मतलब इच्छा हो रही है पहले, पर ये बस आपको आभास हो रहा है, एक्चुअली ऐसा नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि पहले तो दिस वॉज योर लाइफ, right? You are only doing things which are not related to Krishna, and it's really related to your own enjoyment. तो आपका दिनचर्या ही ऐसी थी, तो आपने कभी उस पर ध्यान नहीं दिया। अब अगर थोड़ी भी इच्छा आती है तो आप उसको नोटिस कर रहे हो, दिस इज अ गुड थिंग एक्चुअली। इट इज अ डिफिकल्टी, मतलब उसमें से निकलना मुश्किल है, पर आप अब एटलीस्ट उसको एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो और उस पर विचार कर रहे हो कि अब मेरे साथ ऐसा मेरी इच्छा हो रही है। पहले वैसे तो आपके जो बाकी फ्रेंड्स होंगे वो तो बिना सोचे क्लिक 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 जो भी आ रहा है उसे देखेंगे, रात भर टीवी देखेंगे, दे डोंट थिंक ट्वाइस अबाउट इट, राइट? पर आप एटलीस्ट सोच रहे हो कि मुझे करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, तो कोई बात नहीं, उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है। अगर इच्छा आ रही है उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है। आपको और दृढ़ता से भक्ति के मार्ग में लगना चाहिए और ऐसा मनोरंजन खोजना चाहिए जो आपको मतलब इन्वॉल्व भी कर रहा है और आपको भक्ति से दूर नहीं लेके जा रहा। जैसे बहुत सारे हमारे नाटक हैं, यू नो, भक्ति वेदांता प्लेयर्स और मुंबई में अमेजिंग प्लेस। तो अगर कुछ इच्छा भी कर रही है अच्छा देखने की, या यू नो समथिंग रिलेटेड टू just entertainment. It can be Krishna conscious entertainment. या कुछ ऐसा creative आप करना चाहते हो, create help in preaching or something like that, which will kind of engage you in a nice way. क्योंकि कई बार हमारी philosophy आपको heavy लग सकती है कि नहीं, बहुत थके हुए हैं, हम किताब नहीं पढ़ना चाहते हैं. We just want to see something light or do something which is less taxing. तो तब भी आप कुछ ऐसा देख सकते हो जो भगवान के संबंध में है. पर अगेन ये भी स्लिपरी स्लोप है, आप देखना चाहो कुछ और फिर कहीं और पहुंच जाओ. तो इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड, बट स्टिल थिंक ऑफ ऑल्टरनेटिव्स. दैट्स बेटर. जैसे हम तो बिल्कुल ही मतलब टीवी बिल्कुल बंद कर दिया था और बिल्कुल ही कोई वीडियोस वगैरह नहीं देखने. उससे आफ्टर व्हाइल यू जस्ट गेट यूज्ड टू इट, यू डू अदर थिंग्स. जैसे मायापुर में किसी के घर पे टीवी नहीं, टीवी है ही नहीं, तो बच्चे बाकी चीजें करेंगे. अब प्रॉब्लम हो गई है ये डिवाइसेस की वजह से. पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं था. अब आपके पास कोई साधन ही नहीं है तो बच्चे क्या करेंगे, बाहर जाएंगे खेलने के लिए, है ना. माताएं क्या करेंगी, अपना सेवा में लगेंगी, कुकिंग करेंगी, जो भी अपने सहेलियों से बातचीत करेंगी. सो मच हेल्थियर. तो हटा ही दें डिवाइसेस तो बेस्ट. तो ही नहीं बच्चों को. और अपने भी मेरी बेटियां करती हैं, उनके फोन में देयर समथिंग कॉल्ड फोकस मोड. आपको पता होगा कि आपके एप्स खाली कुछ समय के लिए चलेंगे. तो स्पेशली जब एग्जाम्स होते थे ना, तो फोकस मोड करेंगे कि आप बाय फोर्स ऑफ हैबिट आपने फोन उठा भी लिया तो वो आपको ज्यादा टाइम नहीं कर सकते हो आप. सो जस्ट देयर आर थिंग्स वेयर यू कैन पुट ऑन योर फोन कि आप उसमें घसीटे ना जाओ. सो यू कैन ट्राई सम मेथड्स व्हिच विल हेल्प. बट अच्छी बात है अगर आप सोच रहे हो इन बातों. हाँ जी माता जी.
Trying to do.
जी.
But after the job, after that, like I'm trying to distribute books also, I'm trying to teach also. I'm to also, but like lots of personal job. After that, I have something you should prepare for the government exam also. Sad. It's this pressure also. I was thinking like I'll try it now answer, but it's not really before I वैसा वे नहीं चल पा रहा है. लेकिन ट्राई भी ना मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम होता है, देन रीडिंग भी होती है, हेयरिंग भी होती है. पर उसके बाद भी वो जो पहले जैसे होता था पूरा डे कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस के साथ इस तरह.
तो अगर हमारी स्थिति ऐसी है कि हम ज़्यादा समय नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, तो इसमें दो चीज़ें हो सकती हैं. या तो हम अपना सोना कम करें और सुबह उठ के कुछ अच्छे कार्य में लगें, और दूसरी चीज़ है कि हम अपनी स्थिति को बदलने का प्रयास करें. तो अगर हमें जॉब लेनी है तो हम इस प्रकार से लें कि हमें थोड़ा समय मिले, या तो कम्यूट में या लंच ब्रेक में, या हम अपने जॉब में भी इतनी अच्छे से कार्य करें कि हम जल्दी ऑफिस से निकल पाएं, है ना. तो आपको अपनी स्थिति को ऐसे मोल्ड करना है कि आप थोड़ा समय दे पाएं. सैटरडे संडे हैं, उसको फुली आप उसका एडवांटेज लेके कृष्णा कॉन्शियस एक्टिविटीज करें. बोलिए. तो आप चाहते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में जाएं? ये आपकी इच्छा है कि माता पिता ज्यादा दबाव डाल रहे हैं? हाँ, जब तक हम पेरेंट्स के शेल्टर में हैं हम उनकी बात को मतलब मना भी नहीं कर सकते, पर आप बैलेंस करने का प्रयास करें. जब इतना प्रेशर है तो मैं समझ सकती हूँ कि समय बहुत कम है, पर जितना आप नियमित रूप से कर पाएं. तो जब बहुत ज़्यादा एक्टिविटीज़ होती है ना, तब हमें बहुत ध्यान रखना है कि हमारा समय कैसे हम व्यतीत कर रहे हैं. तो आप अपना स्केड्यूल बनाइए कि ये मेरा चैंटिंग का टाइम है, ये मेरा लेक्चर हियरिंग का टाइम है, और उसके बाद आप अपना जॉब और स्टडी का रखें। और उसमें जितना देखिए, अगर आपके भाग में है कि आप पास होंगे और अच्छी गवर्नमेंट जॉब मिलेगी तो वो मिल जाएगी, उसके लिए आपको बहुत अधिक प्रयास नहीं करना। और अगर भाग में नहीं है तो आप कितना भी प्रयास कर लो वो नहीं होगा, है ना। तो हमें ये प्रिंसिपल समझना है कि बहुत अधिक प्रयास नहीं करना है, कि जो चीज़ें हम कंफर्टेबली कर सकें और अपना मतलब डिवोशनल जीवन भी साथ साथ में व्यतीत करें हर स्टेज में, एज अ स्टूडेंट, एज अ गृहस्थ। ये 2 स्टेजेस ज़्यादा होती हैं जिसमें प्रेशर है। उसके बाद जब वानप्रस्थ संन्यास है तब हमारे पास ज़्यादा समय है। पर अगर हमने इन 2 आश्रम में भगवान की भक्ति नहीं करी ना, तो बुजुर्ग होके बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, क्योंकि तब आपका शरीर आपका साथ नहीं देता और कितनी दिक्कत होती है। तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम इस यंग एज में, और जब हम नए नए गृहस्थ जीवन में हैं तब से ही हम लगे रहें। और उसका यही एक उपाय है कि बहुत नियमित रूप से हम अपने साधना का ध्यान रखें। और बाकी चीज़ें ठीक है चल रही हैं, उसमें भी हमें ध्यान देना है। जैसे गृहस्थ जीवन में अगर सुबह उठ के हमने थोड़ी माला कर ली, फिर आपको पूरा अपने परिवार की देखरेख करनी है, नाश्ता देना है, साफ सफाई करनी है, बाकी घर के कार्य करने हैं, फिर आपको दोपहर में फिर टाइम मिलेगा तो कुछ कर सकते हो। तो नॉट जस्ट फॉर पीपल हु आर इन जॉब, आपके लिए तो बहुत कम समय है, पर जो गृहस्थ हैं, जो घर पे हैं, उनके भी कितनी जिम्मेदारी है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं। तो आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि ये टाइम मेरा भगवान की सेवा के लिए है। तो उसी तरह से आपको भी अपनी दिनचर्या बनानी पड़ेगी, थोड़ा एक टाइम टेबल बनाइए, तो उस हिसाब से फिर जितना आप कर सकते हो करिए। पर ऐसा अपना टाइम मत निकालिए कि पहले जॉब में, फिर आके थके हुए हैं तब भी स्टडी में लग गए, सैटरडे संडे पूरा हमारा स्टडी में जा रहा है। उससे आपको इतना लाभ नहीं होगा। बल्कि अगर आप भगवान की सेवा में लगेंगे तो फिर पूरा आपका दिन बैलेंस रहेगा, चेतना सही रहेगी। तो जो आप अचीव भी करना चाहते हैं तो संभावना है कि आप कर पाएंगे। हरे कृष्ण। हाँ जी, हाँ, करेक्ट।
Should women aspire for high-paying careers with compromise on spiritual duties and family duties, or not so high-paying careers with no compromise on spiritual duties and family duties? While the women who really want to be in their feminine position are considered to be weak.
Who are considered feminine?
उनको ऐसे देखा जाता है कि you're good for nothing if you're not working. So, मतलब what should be a priority? मतलब माधव जी का तो जैसे she has some pressure from family, but in other case, what should be a female's priority?
So, according to Shastra, in Shastra it is very clearly mentioned what are the duties of women. It is given in the 7th canto, chapter 11, that a woman's duty is to look after the household, to take care of the family, to be obedient to husband. This is your primary duty. तो इसमें हम compromise नहीं कर सकते. Why is it important to follow our duty? Because when we follow our duty, we are in one sense in mode of goodness, and then we can practice spiritual life much better. That's why duty is emphasized a lot. कि आप ऐसे सोचो भाई मैं तो भक्ति में लगी हूँ, मैं किसी भी स्थिति में कर सकती हूँ, पर ये ड्यूटीज भी हमारे शरीर और प्रवृत्ति के हिसाब से शास्त्रों में बताए गए हैं. So whatever duties are given for a brahmana, for a kshatriya, for a woman, they are specifically given taking into consideration our mental, physical state, everything. Right? So this is not just कि पुराने ज़माने की कि ठीक है घर गृहस्थी में ही रहना है. It is actually conducive for a woman. So that is the primary responsibility. Over and above that, if there is a need, if your family members expect you to go for a job, you feel like going for a job for whatever reason, you can go for it without compromising on your primary duty at home. And to yourself as a spirit soul, that's your spiritual duties, right? So if you are able to balance, then good. Please be aware that it's difficult. तो ये भी आपको सोचना चाहिए कि ये आसान नहीं है कि आप अपनी गृहस्थी को भी देखें, अपने भक्ति में भी आगे बढ़ें और जॉब में भी अच्छे से लगे रहें. लाइक इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, राइट? बट इफ यू आर एबल टू डू इट, then comes the question of, okay, you're going for a job but you'd like to go for at least something flexible, right? कि अच्छा ठीक है, अगर आपको कुछ ऐसी स्थिति है कि जॉब में जाना है, पर जो सवाल है that should it be a not a very high paying job but you get time for your spiritual life, or a very good job but you have no time for spiritual life. तो ये तो it's a obvious answer, right? You should always pick something where you have time for your spiritual life. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't have this option. कई बारी ऐसा होता है कि आपकी स्थिति ऐसी है कि आपको लक्ष्मी की ज़रूरत है, आपके परिवार वालों को, and you have to go for a high paying job. That's different. पर ऐसी स्थिति कम होती है. मतलब ज़्यादातर हमारी एक स्वयं की इच्छाएं होती हैं कि हम कुछ पूरा करना चाहते हैं. We want to have a particular lifestyle. So if you don't have a high paying job, you have some money. उससे हो सकता है आपको बहुत simple life जीनी पड़े, पर आपको समय मिलेगा for your spiritual life. So that is always more beneficial. And it will be beneficial in the long run. आप सोचें कि मैं I'll get a high paying job and then 10 साल के बाद मैं रिटायर हो जाऊंगी, या मैं और not a very time consuming job, I can switch. पर उस 10 साल में आपके शरीर, आपकी चेतना, everything will be affected. So in general, my advice would be for women to prefer to spend time at home and take care of the household, take care of the children. Second option, if you have to work, then look for an online job, part-time, flexible. And if none of that is possible and you have to go for a high-paying, very hectic job, then have the end goal in mind. कि ठीक है, I'm going to do it for a short time, as long as I can fulfill this emergency, and then I will take other options. So that is recommended, and practically we have seen that that's what works for devotee ladies, because we are not those who are trying to be devotees, we are different from others. उनको क्या करना है कि ठीक है, as long as you get money and you have the spending power, that's it, they're happy, right? That's their goal in life, कि सबसे how to get the best kind of lifestyle. But that's not our goal. So for us, it's not so important that all your checklist of things that you want is there. Better to compromise on that, but don't compromise on your spiritual life. And we may think that it's just for a while, but it has an effect on your consciousness. मतलब आपका जब अगर छूट जाता है ना, तो वो छूट ही जाता है. फिर माला पकड़ने में बहुत दिक्कत आती है, वो 16 माला नहीं हो पाती. So don't take it for granted. If you are gradually progressing, 2 से 4 से 16 तक आप आए हो, तो उस पे बने रहो. So make whatever effort you can to, give spiritual life your priority.
इसी में there is one more added question कि nowadays I have seen कि काफी लोगों का ladies का ये विचार होता है कि maybe I can do like this, that I have a high-paid career job. Keep a full-time maid because I'm earning. The maid will take care of the house, the maid will take care of the kids. Everything will fall in place. सब कुछ काम होना चाहिए. कुछ काम हो रहा है, मेरी भी चीजें पूरी हुई. So what are your thoughts?
So just a few weeks ago, I gave a class on cooking and cleaning. So it was addressing this question that sometimes we think these are just menial jobs. ये तो कोई भी कर सकता है. कुक करना है, घर की साफ सफाई करनी है, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. क्यों? क्योंकि हम जो कुकिंग करते हैं वो तो हम भगवान की सेवा के लिए करते हैं, राइट? और उससे ही हमारे परिवार को क्या कहते हैं, फायदा होगा, राइट? एंड क्लीनिंग भी जो हम साफ सफाई करते हैं वो तो हम ये समझ के करते हैं कि ये भगवान का मंदिर है और मैं भगवान के लिए सेवा कर रही हूँ. तो वो बहुत डिफरेंट नज़रिया है देखने का. इट विल नेवर बी द सेम. इफ़ यू कीप अ मेड the atmosphere at home, your own consciousness, you will see that there is a difference. So it's very important, if this is our duty, and especially as a householder, to bring up children in Krishna consciousness. These are not trivial things. तो मैंने उस क्लास में तो खाली कुकिंग और क्लीनिंग पे बात करी थी, which is also so essential. But then there's the aspect of bringing up children. And bringing up children is not just, send them to the best schools, फिर ट्यूशन में भेज दिया, फिर बैडमिंटन क्लास में भेज दिया, म्यूजिक क्लास में. You have a role. It is, माता तो सबसे पहले गुरु होती हैं. That you're the first guru of the child. It's a huge role. So there's no question of it. I mean, if you have to do it, yes, but don't think that it's all right. It's not. No maid will be able to do justice to these things the way you would be able to. So we should not be in that illusion. Hanji Mata.
I feel like this is supporting for spiritual life also.
Yes.
In my personal, they are also devotee and they are supporting. But my personal sometimes is problem, prejudice coming.
Yeah.
Sometimes we know he is temporary, he is nothing. But like one, they ask, I forget कि कुछ Krishna conscious भी है, pressure इतना होगा.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
So that my question कि उस समय Krishna conscious ऐसे कि कोई काम आए तो उस समय कैसे Krishna conscious को अपने साथ
मुश्किल है माता जी. आजकल के टाइम में चाहे पढ़ाई का प्रेशर हो या जॉब का प्रेशर हो, उस टाइम में जब डेडलाइन सर पे होती है तो ध्यान रखना मुश्किल है. पर आप कुछ चीजें कर सकते हो, जैसे सुबह अपने जॉब जाने से पहले या जब अपने डेस्क पे पहुंचो, तब आप ये चेतना रखो कि ये सब मैं भगवान की सेवा के लिए कर रही हूँ. मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं इस स्थिति में पहुंचूं कि जो भी मेरी आमदनी है उससे मैं भगवान की सेवा में डोनेट कर सकूं, या जो भी आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है मैं पूरी करके फिर अच्छे से भगवान की सेवा कर सकूं. तो आपकी अगर ये चेतना हो कि दिस इज माई एंड गोल एंड दिस इज जस्ट अ वे टू गेट टू दैट एंड गोल, या अभी भगवान मैं स्थिति में हूँ कि मेरे माता पिता ये चाहते हैं और मैं उनकी आज्ञा कर रही हूँ, पर आगे चल के मेरे ऐसे अच्छे भक्त से विवाह हो जो पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले लें और मुझे स्वतंत्रता दें कि मैं और अच्छे से भगवान की भक्ति में लगूं. तो इस तरह से आप अपने आप को रिमाइंड कर सकते हो हर सुबह, और जब कार्य खत्म हो कि आज का दिन समाप्त हुआ, अब मैं कोई अच्छे कार्य में लग सकती हूँ भगवान की सेवा में. सो यू कैन रिमाइंड योर सेल्फ अ लिटिल. दिस इज अ चैलेंज फॉर ऑल द प्रभुज ऑल्सो. मतलब उनका आप सोचिए, हमें लगता है कि हम इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, पर उनका तो है, उनकी जैसे हमारी ड्यूटी है घर गृहस्थी देखना, उनकी ड्यूटी है टू सपोर्ट द फैमिली. तो उनको तो कार्य पे जाना ही है. वेरी चैलेंजिंग फॉर देम to balance their office life and devotional life. So, but remind yourself.
Thank you so much. Such a wonderful lesson.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Sometimes we're able to concentrate do something very real. I end up renouncing that thought and I do something Krishna conscious. But when we see somebody who is not able to do that, so that pride comes.
Yeah.
I am able to do that. How can we control that? Like, we don't see others with style.
Yes.
But to do that.
Yeah, so it's a very good question that we get pride when we are able to do even a little thing. So one thing is we should always look at people who are doing much more than us. Keep that in mind. That there are so many devotees who are so much better than us. So that's one thing which can ground us. That it's important to keep association with those who we are guiding, those who are our peers, and more importantly, it should be those who are more advanced than us. So that is an important thing. And second thing is never be disparaging of any devotee. You have to be so careful because you don't know tomorrow they may be much better than what they are today. You don't know that in their heart they may already be 100 times better than us right? And we don't know what their particular circumstances are. Sometimes we think कि अरे ये माता जी तो कभी सेवा के लिए आती ही नहीं है, and but हमें नहीं पता कि उनके घर में उनकी एक्चुअली क्या स्थिति है या उनके शरीर में उनको क्या दिक्कत आ रही है. कई बारी लोग नहीं बता पाते और हम पूछते भी नहीं हैं. We are so quick for judgment. So you don't know what the other person's situation is. So always we should keep these things in mind. That one, who am I? Like there are so many people better than me. That should ground us. And second, that thing that these are everybody who's come to Krishna consciousness, they are so special. So we should never make the mistake of, undermining them. And we've all had this experience, sometimes some people come new and immediately they take up to Krishna consciousness. So you can imagine how much they have done in their past life. We don't know where the souls are coming from. So always be respectful to devotees. Yes.
It's this awkward words. Sometimes it's happening that we are in circle of not devotees, but maybe upcoming devotees.
Yeah.
So when we are with them, we don't want to eat something that's not offered to Krishna.
Yeah.
But when we are with them and situation is like we don't want, but to everybody around us it's okay. We just eat one time. If it's not, if it doesn't have an end garlic, how does it matter? Just eat that, and we end up doing that, and later we regret that.
Yeah.
So how can we in that situation, even if you don't want,
Yeah.
but just because you are with them and every time you say no, so they will be like, what kind of person?
Yeah.
You always say no.
I know.
We are just adjusting with you. We are not
Yes.
going to a restaurant.
Correct.
And
Absolutely.
how can we do that?
Yeah, so one thing is that if you want to stick to principles and you find that devotees around you don't, and you don't want to, come off as, I'm so much better than them. So, so one thing is that you can make some excuse. You can say that actually this food doesn't suit me or something like that. Or it depends on your group. You can also tell them very honestly that my Shiksha Guru has particularly given me this instruction, or my Diksha Guru is very particular about this, so please forgive me. It's like this, that if you say it once, then they know. Then they won't tell you each time. So this is actually true within ISKCON, that there are many different standards, and in the sense that different people follow different things, and it's all right. On their path, they should not be judging you, for following something nice. And it can be difficult, but try to be a little diplomatic about it, Try not to hurt their feelings. Just say that actually my consciousness is very bad, so I have to do these things. Otherwise, there is no hope for me. So like that, try to be in other times, be very humble so that you don't come across as proud or something like that. Then nobody will mind. Yeah, I think if your overall demeanor is that you're friendly and not coming across as a person who thinks that they are better than others, then they will appreciate if on some things you are particular. It's usually just a defense mechanism because they don't want to follow, then, they don't like it if someone else is not doing as they're doing. But yeah, it is amongst devotees. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We have to be careful how we put it across. Mataji, you had a
Yeah.
question?
Sometimes this happens, like I'm doing some work, but मेरे से phone नहीं आ रहा. I find it difficult. So what happens is I pick up my phone, I use it as escape.
Yeah.
So this happens a lot of
A
times.
lot, of course.
At
Yes.
that moment, I know this will not solve my problem.
Yes. Yes.
Is there something कि फिर मैं immediately उस thought से मैं रुक जाऊँ कि I should just put my phone away, do something better, or start doing that thing again.
Well, obviously, I think क्या होता है कि the phone is the easiest escape route, right? So what you can do is find some other escape route, right? That if you are stuck somewhere, do something else. For example, I like to organize things. So I would do some amount of cleaning or sort something out. So I keep something pending. If there's something complicated I'm not able to do, तो कुछ आसान काम करना. So that at least, I can divert myself but not get into something which I will regret later. Or that my daughter and I are very fond of interior designing. So we'll discuss something that, okay, we'll keep some time aside for that. And that may involve being on the phone, that we may want to order a few things, but that's a specific thing. So it's better if you're with somebody, that also helps. That if there's somebody in your family, then you can go and spend time with them or do something, an activity together, something like that. So yes, this happens when there are difficult things, or we've just finished reading Prabhupada's book, aha, today's reading done. Then you just want to relax. But keep something in mind that if I can't do a difficult thing and I just want a distraction, escape, so what is it that I do instead? Research some recipe or something like that, right? But have that in mind already, because when we have nothing in mind, that's when we get into the phone. So keep few things in mind. That might help.
Mataji, there are more questions in the chat.
Yeah.
One question is, when my husband and son go away for office and school, I feel lonely and take help of him by watch devotional videos and do my household work along with him. Is it correct?
It depends on what devotional videos, because even devotional videos can, be a bit tricky sometimes, because they may be related to some things and then other things come in your feed and you can get stuck. So there's no problem in watching devotional videos, but some key things we should remember is always search. Do not go on your feed. So if there are some devotees whose lectures you like to listen to, search on that. Keep a playlist that on a weekly download, or I think you can make a playlist of what you want to hear, so that you just safely go there. So remain safe when you go on that platform. Otherwise, there's no problem. Yeah, absolutely. You can, and also it can be a bit distracting if it's videos. Try to hear lectures. So another option is Spotify. Right? There are a lot of lectures on Spotify. Are there? Because I know there are some apps by which you can have Prabhupada's lectures and this and so. Hanji? SoundCloud, whatever. There are other ways that because it's more important to hear. So rather than going for videos, go for a medium where you can hear lectures. That's better.
From my personal experience. So I have a small and because of her, there are a lot of things that I'm missing. This is what I feel.
Sure.
And specifically when I don't have any parental support or any support from in-laws or family, I and my husband are there with her. Because I want to, break, taken a break intentionally for my husband.
Right.
Then my husband is there and is working. So I'm the one who's to take care of all chores at home, and I have to take care of my baby also. Just two right now.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is that because of this, I tend to miss up a lot of important days, a lot of important events, a lot of important festivals in general, a lot of important savers that I want to do, but I'm unable to do.
Right.
Inspiring also, I see initiations that take 1 week. It somehow it hurts also.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
One take responsibility.
Yes.
And then there is one more thing that comes up, second baby. I'm thinking, so much of
Yeah.
how to deal with this thought. Baby. Again, reflections that is not very much because it's not even say in just मतलब आपको उन्हें इग्नोर नहीं करना चाहिए, तो ऐसा भी सुना है। तो एक गिल्ट होता है कि आप नहीं, तो व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, बाकी मैं तो इम्पोर्टेंट या उसकी बात ही नहीं, मैं तो ही रहती हूँ उसके टाइम, और बहुत चीजें होती हैं जो मुझे हो जाती है।
Correct.
So how to overcome this feeling of not being able to do things I want to do?
Yeah. So my answer to that is all in good time. You will get so much time when your kids are older that please don't worry. We've all gone through this who are much older now, that when the kids were small, you're like, oh, this Maharaj is coming. Oh, they're getting so much seva, but we are not able to do it. But it's just for a short while. Children grow up, you will get more opportunity. And also, it's important for you to be peaceful about it. That don't feel guilty. This is a very important service. Prabhupada said that child worship, there was a Mataji who had a young child. She was doing DT worship, not able to do it. And he said, more important than DT worship is child worship. Doesn't mean we worship our child. It means take care of them and try to bring them up as devotees of Krishna. Do you know what all our preaching is about? Bringing other people to Krishna consciousness. You have the spirit soul in your house. You have the opportunity to bring them to Krishna. So that's very valuable. That's what big preachers are doing. And Prabhupada said, if I can get, Prabhupada, or was it his Guru Maharaj, that if I can get one soul to Krishna consciousness, I'll feel I'm successful. So it's not a trivial thing. So if you understand that, you will not feel so bad about these things. And also there are so many ways of being Krishna conscious while you're at home. Luckily for us, we have all lectures available. We have Prabhupada's books. So you do have a way to associate even while being at home. So take advantage of that. Don't feel bad. It's just a short while. Kids will grow up. You will get more time. So that's the answer to your first question. That, yeah, there are things you'll miss out on, but it's not really missing out, because you can see the live feed or, just hear the recorded lectures and give time to your child, because that time you will not get back. You will get opportunity when they are older, but this opportunity you will not get, which is to spend time with them. And children will value that they have had your attention, and then it will be much easier for you to bring them up. So if you're spending time with your children when they are younger, you will get more time when they are older. But on the other hand, if you don't spend time with them now, they'll become difficult when they grow up. It will take up more of your time, trying to discipline them, trying to sort out their problems. You'll feel bad about how they are behaving. So don't think that this is a small thing which you're doing now. Very important. And for your second question, second child, please by all means have a second child. Because this my daughters will tell you, because they meet children who are only children, and they feel that, oh my God, how do they manage without a sibling? Because they have very good company. We travel for Prabhu's service, and we can be anywhere and they're happy because it's two of them. And they have good association with each other. So they feel like, how would I even live if I didn't have a sibling? Right? It's very important for children to grow up as just balanced individuals. If you have a bigger family, earlier it used to be joint families. Now we don't even have that. We have a little nuclear family. In that also, if we make it even smaller, it's hard to have a very balanced approach in life. They learn to share. It's good for the parents also to not be focused on just one child. It will be nice if you have a bigger family. So from a practical point of view, in terms of how life should be lived, I feel it's good to have a bigger family. It's also easier. The same thing that I'm saying, it seems difficult in the beginning, that if you have more children, but it's just the initial years. After that, it will be less trouble for you. Otherwise, all your life, you'll have to be the friend and companion of your child. It's the parents who have to do that. But otherwise, the siblings take care of each other. and they will progress very nicely, even in Krishna consciousness. For Krishna conscious children, train the first child. That's it. It flows so easily then. The other children will just kind of, they know that this is what they have to do. So that's my experience and strong recommendation. Try to have a bigger family. Again, I don't know your specific situation. It does seem like a struggle. So wait and see how you can manage that. But try to keep that in mind. Try for it. So.
Two more questions.
Yeah.
He's asking, I cannot focus on my study because I'm thinking that at that time I will read Srila Prabhupada books. And I have no desire for job because I already spend so much time studying. So I can't take step back now. I'm unable to balance everything at the same time. Whenever my exams are near, I always get sick because of tension and so confused about everything.
Yeah, it is important when. Yeah.
We have seen that
Yeah.
these grades go down and they become beautiful.
We've seen the opposite also. I've seen children who do very well because they came to Krishna consciousness, and earlier they were very careless, but then their life becomes more regulated. So I think for student life, the most important thing is regulation. So you do want to have a schedule, very strict schedule, so that you can balance your sadhana and studies. And then this becomes whimsical, that it's kind of like an escape, that you don't want to study, so you think I should read Prabhupada's books. But not like that, because right now you have the duty to study. If you have taken it up that this is my course and your parents expect you to finish it, then you should give time to that properly. And at the same time, allocate a time for Prabhupada's books. So that's important. That's one way of handling it, that have that scheduling clear. And the other thing was that about, what was the question? That feeling a lot of anxiety because... Yeah, so again, that does come down to time management, if you can sort out your time properly. And there's nothing to be very stressed about it, because you should try your best. Give proper time to your studies and also spend little time in your whatever time is required for your sadhana. After that, whatever result comes, it's according to your karma. So there's nothing you can do about it. So this is the thing, when you're going for an exam, make sure that you feel, I've done whatever I could. Then you should not have regret. After that, it can be a very difficult exam or it can be a very easy exam. That's not in your hands. So please try to think that I will do whatever is possible for me, and whatever result comes, I'll just accept it. That's what Bhagavad Gita teaches us, right? That you do your duty without being attached to the result. So if you can keep that in mind, then some amount of your stress will be reduced. And the other thing the question mentioned was that don't want to go for job, but you've done a lot of studies, so you feel kind of obligated to work. I'm not sure I agree with that, because it depends on what you think is the purpose of having a job. If it is for your own satisfaction, you have to see whether it's really going to give you satisfaction. You know, the word job satisfaction, we feel, it's going to be very challenging, very interesting. It's not. Most jobs are not. So that's something you need to be aware of. Okay, you can join and see for yourself. And the other thing is economic reasons, that you feel that a lot of money has been spent on your studies, so you should earn and pay back to your parents in some way, or you have a loan. I don't know what the case may be, or you feel like there's a pressure that now you must, after studying so much, you have your degree. It's a societal pressure. But don't succumb to that. Think for yourself whether it's something you want to do. You may want to do it for some time if you want to just satisfy your parents or family members or whoever. But don't feel under pressure, because society pressurizes us to do a lot of things which are not good for us. So from Prabhupada's books, we learn what is the right thing to do. We make so many changes in our life, like our diet, our lifestyle, and this can be another change which may be required. So don't think of doing things just because everyone else is doing it or everyone expects you to do it. It may require us to be a little strong, because it's easy to just get, carried away by peer pressure. So, yeah, you have to think for yourself.
And then our last devotee is asking, she has two questions actually. The first question is कि मेरे husband devotee नहीं है, तो मैं गर्भदान संस्कार कैसे कर सकती हूँ? Because husband is not a devotee. क्या फिर उसमें उनका मेरा बच्चा हक बन सकेगा अगर मैं गर्भदान संस्कार? तो this is one question. And the second question is कि मैं जॉब इसलिए करना चाहती हूँ ताकि मैं धाम जा सकूँ, ताकि मैं कुछ भी परचेज करना चाहती हूँ तो मैं कर सकूँ और मैं प्रभु जी से पैसे लेने में मुझे शर्म हो। क्या मैं जॉब करूँ ताकि मैं सेविंग्स कर सकूँ और स्पिरिचुअली।
Okay, so the first question is Garbhadhan Samskar. There are a lot of details, but the basic thing for Garbhadhan Samskar is that you invite devotees to your house and you take their blessings. So I think Mataji can do that. It can be a senior Mataji, anybody who she respects and connect with her. The other thing is that husband and wife before conception should try to chant 50 rounds on one day. And then, so if Prabhu is not a devotee, at least she can try to do that. So you do the best that you can. And at the time of conception, pray to Krishna that you get a devotee child. Is it possible to have a devotee child without Garbhadhan Samskar? 100%. There are so many devotees who have come to our movement and they unfortunately did not have samskars. But for various reasons, devotees' mercy, Prabhupada's books, they came and they accepted it. So if there's such a sweet, sincere, devotional mother, so certainly you can bring up your children in Krishna consciousness and it can be done. So there's nothing to feel disappointed about. It's possible, definitely possible. Because so many devotees come to Krishna consciousness when their kids are already born, didn't do Garbhadhan Samskar. But samskars happen throughout our life. You can give them the good samskar of chanting and deity worship. So certainly it can be done. Second question was, should we work to go to the dham or, to give donation for temple construction? So many things, money is required. So that should not be the primary motive of going for a job. It's the other way around, that if you are a householder, you already have a business or a job, then you should donate to the temple. We don't specifically recommend that people should get into jobs for that, because there are so many grihasthas who are able to do that, donation. For your own thing, so there are spiritual duties that we have, like chanting, reading, hearing lectures, taking association of devotees, and going to holy dhams. But if one doesn't have the Lakshmi to go to holy dhams, these are actually our primary responsibilities, which is chanting, hearing, and taking association of whoever we can, right? So if to fulfill going to the dham, you end up going for a job and your primary sadhana suffers, which is likely if you go for a full-time job, then it is not recommended. So we have to first give full attention to the main tenets of our sadhana, and in that it is chanting. Chanting can be good when we have a good consciousness, we are more peaceful, and we are reading regularly. So all these things are likely to suffer when we have a job, for anybody. Prabhus or Matajis. More for Matajis because you have so many other responsibilities also. So, not really recommended for this reason. It's very nice to go to the dham, but Prabhupada always stressed that all the temples that were established all over the world, right? The names he gave, New Mayapur, New Vrindavan, That is the dham. Wherever Bhagwan is there, that is dham. So if you are able to go to your local temple, you are able to take association of devotees, so, and you're not able to go to the dham, there is no reason to be disappointed. Do you know, this year we met with very sweet and sincere devotees from Pakistan. Many of them can never come to the holy dhams. They'll just never get the visa. So does that mean their devotional life suffers? No, they are also practicing very nicely and they have the desire. Maybe at some point they will get the opportunity. So don't be disappointed. Maybe if you have the strong desire, somehow or the other, Krishna will make it possible. Yeah.
Anybody wants to ask anything? My question is sometimes कभी-कभी हमारी life में कुछ ऐसी situations आ जाती है as we have lots of relations with other family, siblings, friends, or with the co-workers, जहाँ पे we always give 100%. But I'm not saying that I have some expectations with other person, but as a human nature, at least we can expect a basic human from the opposite person also. बेशक वो हमारे फ्रेंड है या सिबलिंग है पेरेंट्स है कि इफ आई एम गिविंग माय 100% एटलीस्ट वो हमें 1% ह्यूमन एफर्ट्स तो दे ही सकते हैं बट किसी पॉइंट में वी फील दैट वी आर नॉट गेटिंग इतना मतलब बेसिक भी अगर हमें नहीं मिला सो एट दैट मोमेंट व्हाट शुड मतलब हमें करना ही चाहिए शुड वी कंटिन्यू व्हाटएवर द ड्यूटीज और द रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज व्हिच वी आर handling क्या हम उसी को कंटिन्यू रखना चाहिए और शुड वी टेक अ स्टेप बैक सो हैव अ रिलेशन बेसिक ऑब्वियसली पेरेंट्स और उनके साथ तो हम ऐसे नहीं करेंगे बिकॉज़ वी हैव सम ड्यूटीज फ्रॉम आवर पेरेंट्स और फ्रॉम द सिबलिंग्स आल्सो बट इफ लाइक माय basically the question is related with the co-workers with the friends with the devoted friends कोई भी हो सकता
हाँ So it really depends on you. If you find that you're giving a lot and people are not reciprocating and you really feel bad about it, then it's perfectly all right to step back a little. Okay, I mean, you can gauge that they are either busy or whatever the reason be. So that's perfectly fine. That is not it's not that you're not fulfilling your responsibility by now. You're not obliged to give your 100% to a relationship where you're not getting it in return. But there are other relationships in which you are obligated, like you said, your parents, your children, your larger family, when you're married. So at that time, that is your duty, that you should take care of them nicely. Even if you don't get reciprocation, at least in your mind, you're doing your duty. And you will get benefit of that. Whatever is given in our Shastra, when we do our duty, we do get benefit. You will be in a better consciousness to progress in your spiritual life. So you have to distinguish what kind of relationships there are. Co-workers, friends, this is Kali Yuga. Everybody is selfish. They're looking out for their own interest. If they find there is some benefit, then they'll be very nice to you. But otherwise, they will be, just neutral.
They are not same
as I know. Yeah, it's.
क्योंकि उनके साथ रहने में वैसे भी इतनी बहुत ज़्यादा beneficial चीजें नहीं हैं. But we can't ignore the devotees. Because some of them are connected.
Absolutely. No, you're right. So it is a bit more delicate when it's devotees, but also, they're also people and so are you. And sometimes one just doesn't match or some misunderstanding happens. So you do want that relationship to be successful, but because of incompatibility or some misunderstanding, it's okay to keep a respectful distance, because sometimes there are people that you will keep getting into a tangle. Or same thing that you're expecting and you don't get a response from them. So better to keep a little distance, because then it might come to a point where you may commit some aparadh, you may get upset with the person or they'll get upset with you. So with devotees, if it's not working out, keep a respectful distance and be more friendly to those friends who are, responding as you are. So that's perfectly okay. And it's recommended actually that amongst devotees, whoever you have a problem with, Hare Krishna, unko bas aap dur se greet kariye, be respectful, don't commit offense in your mind, but keep a safe distance. That is better.
Mandy, how do we understand
Difference between humility and low self-esteem, like you're just putting yourself down. Yeah, so it depends on what the situation is. Like if you have some good qualities and just for the sake of trying to be humble, you don't want to acknowledge it to yourself. So humility means that you understand that I'm servant of Krishna and I'm not that great of a devotee or I'm not exceptional. But then it should not come to a point where you start feeling bad about yourself. So if you're going to that point where you feel morose, then it means you're not doing it right and it's not recommended. It should not lead to a situation where you're morose. It should lead to a situation where you're inspired that I want to do better, right? So being humble should come when you look at people who are around you who are doing very well, and that should give you inspiration that no problem. I mean, I want to do that. I want to get there. So that's the proper mood of humility. But if you really start feeling regret that, oh, I didn't do this, or I didn't get this opportunity, I'll never be good enough. So that's something you should avoid. So just a different way of looking at the same situation. That's Hare Krishna.
I had a question to colleagues. How to be sincere without being artificial. We come in devotee community, we try to maintain an image where our inner consciousness is untouched. So, और ये बताया जाता है कि we should take it till make it. So externally हमें करना चाहिए, लेकिन उसके बाद extended करते करते वो थोड़ा time तक artificial relaxation वो change हो जाता है burnout के चलते हैं कि we are not able to maintain long.
Right. That's your first question? Okay. So whether we should go on doing things artificially without feeling it. That's what you mean. Right?
To be sincere without being artificial.
How to be sincere without being artificial. These are two different things. So if you are sincere, you will not be artificial, right? So I think what will help is to understand the reasons behind it. Think about things a little deeper. Like you have come to Krishna consciousness. What was the thing that attracted you? And try to understand the philosophy. Try to remind yourself of the reasons why you came and why you want to stay. Then when you do things, it will come more from the heart. And it will be more sincere and not that artificial, right? So if somebody is telling you something, you should wear sari. It's the devotional dress. It's Vaishnava outfit. But you're not used to it at all. And you wear it, but you're like really upset about it. Like, I just don't feel comfortable. Then that's not good enough for you. But if somebody tells you that this is devotional outfit, it's a cleaner garment, there are reasons why we wear sari. When you wash it, it's perfectly clean and other reasons. So if somebody explains it to you nicely, and they say that when you wear it, your consciousness will feel nice, or whatever the reasons are. So whatever thing you want to implement in your spiritual life, if you get a good reason behind it, or you are with devotees who are doing it and it inspires you, then it will not be artificial. I don't think we can do fake it till you make it for too long. Jaise aapne bola, that after a point you just burn out because it just remains fake. Very important to go deeper into our philosophy, all the things that we do externally, they're connected, isn't it? So unless you're doing it with sincerity, you will not be inspired to continue it. Because it's kind of like a force, and it happens with devotee children also. Sometimes they're just doing it because their parents told them to do it, and then they leave Krishna consciousness. They have the good fortune of being born in a devotee family, and their parents were so inspired that they changed their lifestyle, but somehow they don't convey it to their children sufficiently, or whatever the reason. The children kind of feel like it's fake, and they go away. So the sincerity will come when we think this is something I want to do for my life. No matter what anybody tells me, yes, I accept. So just like when I came to Krishna consciousness, I met my husband, he was preaching to me. And then we wanted to get married and all that. So when I told my parents, they said, they were quite surprised, you want to change everything and so on. And they felt it was more under pressure. Because my husband wants to do certain things. But that will not last. If anybody tells you and you do it, okay, you'll follow it for some time, but then you lose it. When it's harder, when you have kids and all those things, and you have to follow rules and regulations, you just forget about it, right? So it has to come from the heart. That's the only way, I think. If you are convinced, so build on your own conviction. Like try to keep, if you have doubts about something, inquire and try to be in association of devotees who are very enthusiastic. Then it will be more deeper that you want to do something. Yeah. Second question.
Fragments of attention.
Sorry?
Fragments
Phone,
of
yes. Yes.
Speed, constant stimulation.
Yes.
Why? Because that more remembrance of death.
Correct.
So how to think that mind to constant your mind regulates.
Yeah. So actually, our mind is not trained for constant engagement, as in, there are ways to subdue the mind. So that's what all these things that we do, japa and mostly japa, because that really requires you to sit and chant. But other things also, like when we hear lectures, itna lamba lecture, I mean, can you imagine sitting in college from like 12 to 2:15? It's so difficult, right? But if we are interested in something, we are able to do it. So how to switch is that we should not on a day-to-day basis agitate our mind so much. Then it's very difficult to come to mode of goodness and hire for chanting, right? So we have to change our lifestyle so that day to day our activities are different. That's what Prabhupada's movement is. It's not just about, doing some rituals once or twice a day. It's your whole lifestyle, your diet and what you're doing, what your intentions are, even when you're going to work. That's the difference that it will make. That if during your day you're taking sattvic food and you're engaging with devotees, you're listening to Krishna conscious lectures, or you're reading books like this, it becomes hard because generally we are going to work or in student life, we are with people who are very mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So when we are with such people, it becomes harder. That's why all these things are given, that remain in association of devotees, read more, chant more. Then it will happen more naturally. It will not be such a struggle. And all the things that are recommended to get up early and chant, those things help. Because in the morning, your mind is not agitated. So it's easier to switch out of that constant engagement that the mind needs. And then, it's practice. That's why it's called devotional practice, or we say we are practicing to be devotees, because it will take so long to get rid of that consciousness where mind is forever troubling us. We're chanting and we're thinking about chores to do during the day. So that, mind is little agitated. But these things are all recommended to subdue that energy. Yes.
Can I ask you personally to tell that maybe because else it might get me.
I'm okay, but I do know that everybody here has commitments. So I do think we can take one last question. Yeah, let's do that.
My family, husband, family, they eat non-veg, and how to manage this, to balance at that time, it's too difficult, and just because of that, I'm not able to take initiation.
That's really upsetting. Non-veg. Well, what Matajis can do if their families eat non-veg is try not to be involved in the cooking and try to order from outside. Sometimes families are okay with that, to not cook in their own kitchen. You can have separate utensils for cooking for Krishna. So even if non-veg is being cooked, if there are pure utensils for making bhoga, then well, that is something you can do. And gradually, perhaps with eating prasadam, the family can be, purified. So do whatever you can under the circumstances. So the separation helps. If there are some utensils, or if all the utensils are mixed up, grains are very potent. So at least keep a separate utensil for making rice, and that can be offered to the Lord. Rice and whatever chapati, paratha that is being prepared with yogurt or some milk preparation that can be offered. So I don't know whether that should be a problem for initiation, because it depends on the Guru Maharaj if they are willing to accept. If a person is very sincere, they are chanting. Or does she mean that she will not be able to stop eating non-veg? No, that's not a problem. Yeah, so then that's okay. You have to follow the four regulative principles and chant. So I think it should not be a hindrance to getting initiation, but I know the atmosphere of the house should be pure. So try to at least convince your family gradually to not cook it at home or expect you to cook it. And if you can order from outside when they want to have, then at least there will be a better environment at home. That's the best one can do. What to do when we are in family life? Yeah, you need to maintain the standard for yourself. That's all. Okay. Hare Krishna. Janvat pranam vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you for your wonderful association and being so patient to sit for so long. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for giving so much time and your kind association. Mataji, all the way Gurgaon se aaye and Mataji का tight schedule रहता है, but still you were so kind. And Mataji, last time when she came, Mataji नहीं आ पाए थे. I requested Mataji, but this time when Mataji came to Delhi, she herself messaged me, I'm in Delhi. So she's so enthusiastic. मतलब service is her life. So thank you, Mataji, for being so inspirational.
No, thank you so much.
I request on behalf of all the devotees that please come more often whenever you come to Delhi. Please do come to enlighten us.
Thank you so much, because I had a very tivra ichha and such a strong desire to come take darshan at Punjabi Bagh, and because of your, help and supervision, that has been possible. Thank you so much for organizing this. It's been wonderful.
So we thank Mataji by chanting Hare Krishna. Hare